This is Michael with Jellyfish Lighting. We are going to try to do some Halloween designs. It's almost Halloween. It is October. Let's see what we can do with this new app. Okay, I've opened up my JF Designer app and I've got some Halloween settings here. Now, I don't know that these are all my favorite Halloween settings that they put in here. There's kind of an autumn one. That's nice. It's orange and yellow and red. Actually looks better on the house than the camera there. There's another autumn one that's kind of painting. So it's going from red to yellow to orange to red. Okay, and then this one I guess they're calling spooky, but it's purple, orange, green, and off. So that's the preset there. Spookiest. Ooh. And they're stationary. I guess I could come in and make it move. So we're gonna come in here to pattern and up here to adjust and then unpause it. I don't want to go that fast. Move it all the way. It's like really cruising. So we're gonna do something like that. And you can see those kind of moving along there. Let's go back to that list and then see what there's one more Halloween one that they've done. Another spooky one. That one again is stationary. So let's come in here. So all the way to the left is paused. I'm gonna scoot that over and kind of see what it's doing. Okay, so that's what they have in there as a preset. So I'm gonna go actually make my own Halloween one. Those are okay. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take purple. I'm gonna get rid of that one. And I'm gonna do green. So purple and green. And this purple, I think I want it to be just a little bit darker purple. There we go. So purple and green. Okay, so that's one option. I can do toggling purple and green lights there. But I actually like some of these flowing effects. So I'm going to come into adjust right here. And I'm going to switch this from just the normal toggling to progression. That's probably my favorite effect on here. And I'm going to add some lights to that. So there's some flow in between those. I'm going to go up to about 15. I'll speed that up just a little bit. Speed that up more. Oh, you know what I think I have it doing? I'm looking at it going, oh, there it goes. There you go, green and purple. Look at that. And you've got pretty good, in this case, at least from what I'm seeing, a pretty good green and a pretty good purple going on there. If I wanted, I could throw in some yellow, I could throw in some orange and do another, another effect like that. I like that. I think the green and purple make actually really good Halloween effects. Now, if I wanted those to transition a little bit more, I could come in here and I could say, add some additional colors. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make this purple one of my presets. So I can come in here and just change that to purple as well. And then I'm going to fade that. And then I'm going to fade it even more. Then I'm going to come in here to my green. And I'm going to fade that. And add one more. And I'm going to pick that as green as well and fade that. Fade that even more. So there I got it going from purple, a little lighter purple to dark, green, 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 green. Okay, so now what I've got going on in the house here is just a little bit of a different effect. So it's going from purple and kind of fading to a dark fading, like as it's kind of fading out purple. Okay, so of course we also have our solid colors, and actually just coloring the house purple can actually be really fantastic. This is actually one of my favorite settings. So I've got the house colored purple. I've moved it a little bit to the more blue and a little bit darker. And then I like adding a twinkle effect on it. That's probably my favorite setting on this that I like doing all the time. But we can also do some of these. We can take some other Halloween colors. Let's take, what I'd like to do is do this stacker. And we'll do, think about the way the colors go. So orange, yellow, green, orange, yellow. Let's go purple, orange, green. Like that, purple, orange, green. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into the adjustments and we're gonna tell it to skip lights because that's gonna make it go faster. Then we're gonna tell it to send more than one light at a time. And we're gonna speed that thing up a little bit. Okay, so now what we've got, if I move it here, you should be able to see them stacking up over there on the far end. And every so often you've got a light coming in and then they're filling in on the far end there. I want to speed it up faster. I can do a few things. I can add more skips to it. I can add more lights going through at the same time, or I can even speed it up a little bit more. We'll see what this does. So I've got lights that are kind of, if I stand back here just a little bit, got a car behind me, but you'll see those actually start to fill up the right side of the house there. And I could actually really make it zip by coming and just making that go full throttle. And you'll see them just really race across the house and fill up all those slots really fast. But I guess a lot of it just depends on your level of patience. If you don't mind it taking a long time to go across. And now it should shift to green. And as they're racing across pretty fast, I mean, obviously that's not ideal because they're kind of racing so fast they kind of flash more than they you actually see them moving across the house. And so I probably would do something just a little bit slower like that. And obviously with it skipping lights, it's going to go, you know, you're not going to see it moving across quite as well. So let's go like this, speed that up just a little bit, and see how those come across here. So now it's moving across every light. You can see that kind of moving across there. But that can be a fun effect as well. And obviously the more lights you have moving across there, and I speed that up a little bit more, you can see that transition's a little bit smoother as it goes across there. But really, honestly, with this, you can pretty much pick whatever you would like as Halloween colors and make something out of it. Whether it's coloring the house or these sequencing, and this multi-paint is actually kind of fun too. And so you've got that in blocks on the house, and you notice that it looks kind of staggered, like it's click, 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 toggle, 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 toggle. And you can change that by coming in here again to the adjustments. you can pick the direction that it's coming from. You can pick the number of LEDs in it. So let's say I move that up to 15. And then you can see the spans are much greater. I can speed that up a little bit as well. Let's see if we can get that to go faster. And then they should look as though they transition a little bit differently, a little bit quicker. And then if I wanted, I can come in and add that progression effect to it again and pick more lights in between that it transitions through. We'll speed that up a little, just faster so you can see. And in that case where you have the transition, you're going to see more of a fade in between each color as it transitions, rather than the toggling effect. And you do have a few other things in there, like you could do a fade effect. Now the fade doesn't really, it does kind of fade the color out, but it doesn't fade it to black. It just kind of fades it a little bit on the back end. And you can see that fade a lot better when it's a little bit more of a chase sequence. So if I switch that to chase, we have two colors. I switch that to a progression. We add a bunch of lights to that. We'll speed it up. And you can see that it goes from a dark purple to a light purple and a darker orange to a lighter orange as it goes into the purple. And actually probably the easiest way to show you this is just to put two purples up here. I still have all that fade on there. Okay. And they're two of the same colors of purple, so you can see there's a darker and a lighter purple that's kind of going across the front there, moving across the house. It's a little bit faint, but that's kind of what it's doing. It's fading the color out as it's starting with a darker version of it and then fading it to a lighter version of it. Anyhow, there are a lot of fun Halloween things you can do with this, and honestly, we didn't even get into picking individual colors on the house. We didn't play with every program. We didn't even, play with every Halloween color option. You could make your house red for blood or something like that too. But as you can see, there's a lot of things you can do. Find your favorite colors, pick something that feels really Halloweenish to you and fun, and enjoy your lights.